A very good evening to everyone. It is a great pleasure to welcome our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas, former director, NID, three of our worthy awardees, and a representative of one of our worthy awardees who could not join us in person. I request Shri Naren Shah to escort them to the dais. I request our dignitaries to take their seat. It is a great pleasure to welcome our valuable chief guest, all our worthy awardees who have remained present here in person as well as virtually for the award presentation ceremony, the representatives of the old age homes, our committee members, and the invitees. According to our tradition, we will begin our auspicious ceremony with the prayer to Lord Ganesha. May I request all of you to stand in your place for the prayer, please? I request Sri Smith Bhai to start with the prayer. Thank you, Smita. As we all know, the motive of Vision World Academy is to identify visionaries across the globe who have proven themselves in their respective fields. And this initiative has been taken by Shri Naren Shah, founder and chairman of Vision World Academy, and his efficient, dedicated team. Now, I request CA Shri Jayesh Bhai Moore, one of our senior committee members, to give a brief introduction of Shri Naren Shah Vision World Academy and its activities.
Good evening to everyone. Good evening to awardees and our chief guest also. It is a great pleasure for me to introduce Naren Bhai Shah, Chairman of World Academy. It's a rare combination of a an entrepreneur, a social worker, and a perfect PR. He is the founder and MD of Naren Advertising and Marketing Ahmedabad. As an ex-senior and PP of RCA, Rotary and CHF, Narendra Bhai organized several Rotary vocational award functions, which were marked by the presence of top dignitaries from various walks of life, including Sri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, Sri Kumar Mangalam Birla, late Dr. I.G. Patel, ex-Governor RBI, CMDs of several nationalized banks, Chairman of Security and Exchange Board of India, LIC India, UTI Mutual Fund, Dr. M.B. Athria, ex-professor IIM Kolkata, Dr. Bakul Dolakia, ex-director IIMA, Dr. Sam Pitroda, telecom innovator, and many more. Sri Narendra Shah has remained promoter, director of Relief Mercantile Cooperative Bank, Ahmedabad. The award functions organized by Sri Narendra Shah have always been quite impressive and have won special appreciation from number of distinguished chairpersons of many sector banks and organizations. In 2011, Narendra Bhai took another initiative to set up Vision World Academy with an aim to honor more and more achievers and to serve the needy. Sri Narendra Bhai Shah, a Paul Harris Fellow and a senior Rotarian, was honored in district conference for his outstanding service to the Rotary Club. His vision, his dream to serve the society in quite vast and multi-dimensional. It is desirable to connect Sri Narendra Shah to open new doors of success by nominating oneself for different levels of honor. Please welcome Naren Bhai Shah. He is basically now also it is privilege for me to introduce Vision World Academy. This is institution who is basically giving awards to the awardees. Vision World Academy is determined and dedicated in serving the nation from last 12 years by finding new talents from various walks of life and giving them a sound platform by honoring them. It is proud privilege of Vision World Academy, which has honored more than 200 visionaries in different functions, have been honored with Global Visionary Award and other titles. Most of the achievers got true identification of their talent and consistent hard work. As a part of our efforts to pay back to the society, we have always treated the cause of circulating charity and NGOs dedicated to service of the disadvantaged sections of the society. As a gesture of paying back to the society, Ayurvedic medicines are presenting to several old age homes for distribution among the needy aged people. All the eminent personalities of Gujarat who have graced the dais at award functions have wholeheartedly supported the aims and objectives of the Visionary Award. Present PM and former Chief Minister of Gujarat, Sri Narendra Modi, was chief guest at Rotary's Sanitary Award for Professional Excellence. Former Chief Justice of Gujarat and Bihar, Dr. J.N. Bhatt, who praised over the first award function, observed that Visionary Award has rightly reinforced the age-old tradition of India's ancient civilizations of honor the deserving persons. Sri Thomas Matthew, former Managing Director of the LIC, spoke about the importance and significance of visionaries and said that only visionaries can provide leadership to the society. This is about the institution of this Vision World Academy, and we are today proud that since last 12 years we have given Global Visionary Awards to many awardees, and today we are giving award to 5 awardees with worthy end of our chief guest Pradyuman Bhai Vyas. Thank you.
Before we proceed further in the ceremony, let me introduce myself. I am Rupal Shah, CEO and one of the committee members of Vision World Academy. And it is my privilege to introduce you all with some of our committee members who are now with us for the ceremony. I request our committee members to wave from their place on calling your name so that those who are not familiar with you can identify you. CA Shri Jayesh Bhimur. He is actively associated with us since last 10 years. He is the past president of reputed institution Ahmedabad CA Association and All Gujarat Federation of Tax Consultants. He is a senior chartered accountant practicing since 1985. He is an expert in direct tax and company law, project finance, and other fields of practice. Bhupendra Bhai Barot. Previously gazetted officer in Government of Gujarat and later on served with Reliance Textile Industry in senior management. Presently honorary president in Consumer Protection Cell, Gujarat State, and a member in Food Safety Advisor in Government of Gujarat. Shri Rajnikant Bhai Parekh. He is regularly attending Vision Award functions. He is the honorary secretary of Shri Kachi Jain Seva Samaj. They run 2 medical centers and 3 dialysis centers at Paldi, Shahibag, Bhopal, and ST bus stand. Daily 500 patients visit them and daily they are doing 30 dialysis at the center. Some of our committee members could not remain present due to certain circumstances. All these committee members have graced dignified posts in their respective fields. To make this award presentation ceremony a successful event, all our committee members persistently support Vision World Academy in each possible manner, and Vision World Academy expresses a sincere thanks to its committee members for offering honorary services to the Academy. And now is the time to welcome our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas, and our worthy awardees who are now present with us in person as well as virtually to grace the event. We also welcome the representative of one of our awardees who are going to receive the Global Visionary Iconic Award on behalf of our awardee, present here with us virtually. The world is full of diamonds and gems, and we are having some of them today with us to build the event. And they are none other but the 5 superachievers of the day. Now I request Shri Naren Shah to welcome our valuable chief guest and all our worthy awardees with his welcome speech.
Good evening and very warm welcome to all of you, my friends. Special welcome to the 5 awardees who are all outstanding achievers in their respective fields and have spared their valuable time to receive the Global Visionary Iconic Award in person as well as virtually. Our academy is highly thankful to the chief guest Sri Pradyumna Vyas, former director NID and a board of directors WDO, for accepting our invitation and adorning the stage with us with his gracious presence. Friends, our today's award function is special one. In this award function, one awardee is from London, UK. One awardee is from Hyderabad. One awardee is from New Delhi. One awardee is from Indore, MP. And one awardee is from Agra, UP. All these awardees are masters of their fields. We are humbly thankful to our chief guest, Sri Pradyumna Vyas, and the awardees who have remained present here today in person as well as virtually to grace the ceremony. Mr. Gaurav Singh, Mr. Gaurav Singh is the founder of JPIN Building, the world's most trusted startup investment banking platform based in London. He is a seasoned angel investor backed by a history of building and diverse and robust global investment portfolio. Gaurav is a recipient of various corporate awards. He brings significant social impact by enabling an inflow of large capital and critical technology into India from Israel, North America, Singapore, Europe, and the UK, among other established ecosystems to uplift Tier 2 to 6 cities. Mr. Varun Buddhiraja, Director and CMO, Eurosafety Group of Companies, India and South Africa. He has played an instrumental role in shaping, expanding, and promoting his 40 years old family firm. Varun Buddhiraja aggressively expanded the company into a world-class, well-designed PPE kit manufacturer. His company has manufacturing facilities in India, sourcing offices in the Far East, and marketing offices spread across the globe. The company's subsidiary, Bo Safety Solution, operates in South Africa. The government of India has recognized Eurosafety Group as the most innovative MSME and most productive MSME. He is also a certified footwear designer and developer for the luxury fashion footwear market. Aarti Sharma. Please stand up. Thank you. Aarti Sharma, founder 360-degree Image Makeovers, New Delhi. She helps in presenting middle level and senior level management, working in corporates for maximum value addition to the projects they undertake. Their trainings have added great value to PSU like Gas Authority of India, global mega firms like UPS, and mid-level firms. Since 2008, Aarti spearheads the world's first international life skill Olympiad in which students from more than 70 countries participate. Aarti graces the position of the President of Delhi State Leadership Development Council under the WICCI. Mr. Subhakaran. Mr. Subhakaran, MD of Subhakaran Associate, Hyderabad. Subhakaran is a dedicated professional with more than 16 years experience in life insurance, real estate, education, and telecom service. He is a BE in mechanical engineering, Tamil Nadu, and PGDM from IIM Lucknow. He is MD of Subhakaran Associate, which is a partnership firm with Tata AIA Life Insurance based in Hyderabad. Mr. Sunil Sangamkar, Business Head, PSS, the Frontline Indian Auto Parts Distribution, Indore, MP. Mr. Sunil is a seasoned hardcore professional. He has strong exposure in domestic and overseas trade. Mr. Sushil is a seasoned guest speaker in various colleges and educational institutions. He holds master's degree in business management. All of these awardees are versatile in their respective fields and have been the winners of number of prestigious national and international awards. Our academy feels proud about their acceptance of our Global Visionary Iconic Award, and we are sincerely thankful to them for their gracious in-person and virtual presence amid us. Vision World Academy is very thankful to Manish Shah from Singapore for giving charity of ₹20,000 for the needy old age home inmates. We are also thankful to IFCL New Delhi for supporting the Global Visionary Iconic Award ceremony. Friends, we have assembled in person as well as virtually in Ahmedabad, the Karma Bhumi of Mahatma Gandhi, and on the occasion of Azadi Amrit Utsav, keeping this in our mind to pay our small tribute to the memory of the great leader we have decided to welcome all our honored guests with a copy of Gandhiji's autobiography instead of a bouquet of flowers. As all of us will agree, the fragrance, the message, and the inspiration of the book is everlasting and most enlightening.
Now I request Sri Naren Shah to felicitate all the dignitaries of the dais with the autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi.
Friends, let us pay our respect and tribute to the Mahatma Gandhi by standing ovation as all our awardees and guests proudly pose with the inspiring book. Thank you. In the end, I again welcome you, one and all, our chief guest and our most respected awardees. Thank you.
Much of life's successes are governed by attitude rather than innate intelligence. These superachievers have made their stand in their respective fields not only by their intelligence but also with their approach to handle the most difficult situations, through which they came out with flying colors. And we feel proud to proceed further in the ceremony with the citation reading of our worthy awardees, Global Visionary Iconic Award presentation to them, and their response speech. Now, I request C.A. Shri Jayesh Moore for the citation reading of Mr. Gaurav Singh.
This is first awardee. Basically, who gets his Global Visionary Icon Award, and I feels proud to present to Mr. Gaurav Singh, founder JPI in London, UK. Gaurav Singh is the founder of JPI in building the world's most trusted startup investment banking platform. Based in London, Gaurav is a versatile leader and startup mentor with over a decade's experience in scaling companies across a wide array of sectors. He is a seasonal angel investor backed by a history of building a diverse and robust global investment portfolio for large single family office and the UHNI community. With a vision to enable entrepreneurs to become global giants, Gaurav has a penchant for impact-driven investments, supporting sustainable startups that are shaping the future. As a spiritual individual, he helps build businesses that are backed by good ethos and values, and also trains mentors young minds onto the trajectory towards global leadership. At JPN, Gaurav plays a key role in building the company's proprietary technology superhighways connecting Indian startups to the UK, Africa, Latin America, Asian markets for expansion. Gaurav is a recipient of various corporate awards, recognize his leadership skills and contribution to business growth achievement. He was recently awarded the ESG Impact Award 2022 for empowerment of rural communities by Confederation of Empowerment. He brings significant social impact by enabling an inflow of large capital and critical technology into India from Israel, North America, Singapore, Europe, and the UK, among other established ecosystem to uplift tiers to 6 cities. He is also dedicates every weekend teaching students on entrepreneurship as a part of Confederation of Empowerment Initiative, focusing on women education, empowerment, and rural upliftment. This is award is given by Sri Naren Bhai Shah and Pradhiman.
Now I invite our valuable chief guest, Professor Padmini Vyas and Sri Naren Saha to jointly present the citation award to Mr. Gaurav Singh virtually. Now I invite Ms. Rupal Shah to receive the citation award of Mr. Gaurav Singh. Dhairya Shah will accompany her to receive the citation award. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Now I invite Mr. Gaurav Singh to give his response speech.
Well, thank you so much. I usually start my meetings by either saying Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna, or Om Namah Shivaya. I think it was so nice to see the Ganesha prayer at the beginning of the meeting. I personally, so जो हमारा संगठन है, and it's a big संगठन globally. The personal meetings we always start with Gayatri Mantra, right? So it is really, really good, and very kind of you to honor with this award. We have so much to do in life, so you always question if you deserve it. But I think it's very kind of people such as you to acknowledge the beginning of a journey. At least is a good start. Generally, we look at world very differently. Have had the pleasure to work for the 1% leaders of the world who actually control the 99% of the world. And वो दुनिया को कैसे देखते हैं is very different from how everyone else is trained. Vivekananda had said in his book that a great mischief has been played with mankind. What we think is important and we focus on that is actually worthless. That is how we're trained to see. But everything that we think is worthless is actually the most important thing we need to focus on. So my way of life is spiritual economics. It is a way of conducting business without discussing a transaction, but building a good vibration between people. Because एक important factor is, see, I'm a great Krishna Bhakt, and one thing that I've realized is कि Krishna का thought process was always good संगठन. Concept भारतीय है, but the whole world, the Western world has really adopted it. When the Western world talks about the word Illuminati, is a Western world. They are supporting each other. There is competition, but they have each other's back. It's very healthy. Where I'm Indian, and Indians globally, somewhere in the DNA, I think somewhere we mistook it for me versus you, and not me and you, and that is what we've been trying to change. This is the reason JPN exists. This is the reason spiritual humanitarianism exists from Bharat to the rest of the world. So spiritual economics always for us is about making sure good people are around you, and it's just good people enabling good people, selflessly, egolessly, fearlessly. Right. So selfless is very important, that when you are doing something good, you do without an agenda. Fearless is very important, because then when you are asking the universe for something, don't be shy, right? The universe is constantly trying to give you everything you want. वो हमारा ही self doubt है, where we try and limit and people put a layer and a cap on us. There is no one, everyone is responsible for their destiny, right? So, and egoless is the most important thing. Ego is negative energy, it rattles negative energy in others. So generally the Sangathan, the ecology thought process that we've always kept at JPIN is we selflessly work with investors to create crazy wealth for them, provided they are good people. You can only create wealth with good people for good people, not for bad people, not with bad money, right? Because then you're trying to do more harm to the world than good. Now, for us, rise of Bharat is happening at a fundamental pace, and I'm hoping that we will play a great role. We are blessed by some of the best names in the world who are behind the rise of Bharat, who are shareholders of JPIN, who have backed us and believed in us for a long time. But आप ये देखें कि भारत का spiritual humanitarianism is what will take us into different parts. So our intention is that अगर आज की डेट में top 1,000 businesses in the world, if you see, so Indian money and Jewish money is the biggest in the world. Indian intellect and Jewish intellect is the biggest in the world. But in the top 1,000, Jewish companies are these many, Indian companies are a handful in the top 1,000, right? Because it is not the Sangathan, it is me or you. And that is what we are about. So our view is to take Indian businesses. We are 1/5 of the world's population. We need to have 1/5 representation, if not half, of the world's top 1,000. पर वो होगा कैसे? By us. India at one point had 23% of the world trade. Emerging markets is where the play is. We are based in the UK. We are backed by, as I said, some of the best names in the world. People who started Standard Chartered, people who launched Standard Chartered in India, people who come from the top 25 families of India, of US, of UK, of around the world. And together we are looking to create the biggest emerging markets focus. Emerging markets across Asia, if you leave China out, across Africa, across South America. Growth जो है वो यहाँ पे आएगी. And there's a lot of trust and credibility that Indians have. But if we create the right Sangathan, Indian businesses can flourish. And we want to create global giants. We want to create businesses which can reach 10 billion value potential, growth potential. Because the more of these good businesses that we've helped create collectively, the more geo-economic, geopolitical, financial muscle and power Bharat will have globally to do the right thing. आज की डेट में भी the reason Bharat is, and I'm talking from a UK and a global perspective, the reason Bharat is being loved is because of his neutrality, but a very positive support to life. Now, people talk about impact. I'll tell you my definition why we are driven. We are driven by the word barkat. Now, barkat कैसे आती है? If you see that India में 1.4 billion people हैं, of which 400 people are saturated. They have 5 apps of the same thing. They're trying to do 1 billion in India. Are hungry कि कोई तो उनको uplift करे, modernize करे. And globally अगर देखा जाए 8 billion population, 2 billion are saturated. People always look at UK, US, Europe as growth markets. नहीं, ये declining markets. Growth Asia, Africa, South America से ही आने वाली. And there are 6 billion people who are hungry. So when you are truly trying to solve a problem which caters to 1 billion people in India and 6 billion globally, imagine आपकी audience कितनी बड़ी. And जो पुण्य का काम है, जो बरकत वहां से आती है, when you target a huge audience, you try and truly service their need. That is universe trying to make sure you push and grow as fast as possible. People don't understand this. People look at transaction, how I can make money. No, right? And this is the single factor. What we try and do, we try and create the right positive ecosystem, the right businesses. Universe is all about आप जो मांगोगे मिलेगा, provided you keep giving back as much as possible. उससे ज्यादा मिलेगा. हमारी कल्चर में बोलते आए हैं, you give 10 rupees and you'll get 10 lakh मिलेगा. वो मिलता है, पर वो selflessly देना भी पड़ता है, right? So our intention is that at JPIN we back early stage businesses, can be startups, can be micro SMEs, businesses that have huge growth potential, but truly solving the underlying global audience problem. UK, India, we were the leaders last year with most number of investments. We are also backed by the British government and building the first ever UK India investment corridor. Globally, hundreds of billions wants to get into India in fueling the trade, startup, business ecosystem, but people don't know. Trust factor missing. And that is a single thing that JPIN is building. We're building the world's most trusted early stage investment ecosystem. Trust is a single thing. And if we're able to do that, Gujarat, I'm honored to be here. Gujarat is always, we talk about globally about how beautiful Gujarat has shaped. And that is it's like I will still call it the third eye, right? Where it is an example for rest of India generally, right? So, and abhi dekha jaye to oil wars are happening, right? But Kutch mein Russian, Venezuelan, Arctic oil is coming. So, Kutch becomes the biggest access point of oil in the world when oil wars are happening, right? So people underestimate it. And I think we want to really we have just launched an MSME fund to invest into micro SMEs across India. And we want to set up a very large fund to just focus on Gujarat. And because that belt of Kutch, Bhur Bhuva Swaha, as we say, it is land, space, and water, right? That is what Kutch is about, Dwarka, right? So the intention from our side is to make sure that together we create crazy wealth. The only thing last point I'll make is that, so I'm part of an ecology, spiritual ecology, which is pushing India globally and taking spiritual humanitarianism globally. एक point है कि, see, noble intention is good, but noble intention से mass भला नहीं होता. Simple factor is, unless you are not super empowered and super wealthy and super influential, आप mass impact नहीं कर सकते. So the intention I always ask people is, don't be fearful in asking कि मुझे बहुत चाहिए, because I want to do a lot for the world, right? So that is our intention, and I'm hoping that collectively we will rise together and really take India to Bharat to where it needs to be. So on that note, I just wanted to thank everyone, and Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Shri Krishna, Namaste.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gaurav Singh. We wish you very best luck, that the universe listens to your wishes and you get more and more success. And it was a very moment of proud for me to receive your citation award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now I invite Shri Bhupendra Bhai Barot for the citation reading of Mr. Varun Buddhiraja.
Warm welcome and good evening to everybody. Vision World Academy feels proud to present Global Visionary Iconic Award to Mr. Varun Buddhiraja, Director and CMO, Eurosafety Group of Companies India, for his instrument of role of shaping, expanding and promoting his 40 years old family firm, Eurosafety Group of Companies, by gradually transforming and uplifting it to the towering heights. With his adaptability to diversify Eurosafety Group in companies from safety footwear manufacturing arm of Roger Industries Limited into other safety products, Varun Buddhiraja aggressively expanded his company into a world-class, well-designed PPE kit manufacturer. Varun, as a highly meticulous team leader, appointed a very dedicated and efficient team relentlessly working to provide his quality PPE kits for the warriors of our country's health department and during pandemic, and produce around 50,000 PPE kit per day with the help of from Rajasthan government and to local vendors following Make in India drive. His company tried to source maximum raw materials locally. His company has manufacturing facilities in India, sourcing offices in the Far East and marketing offices spread across the globe. The company's subsidiary Biosafety Solutions, which manufactures and distribute PPE to Africa, operates in South Africa. The company has been awarded many titles and accolades for the quality manufacturing. The government of India has recognized Eurosafety Group as a most innovative MSME and most productive MSME. Varun too is a achiever of many prestigious awards, including Visionary Leadership Award by World Quality and Congress, Leader Award 2017-18 by Asia One Magazine, Young Achiever Award, Northern Regional Export Award CLE, and has been featured as one of the most admired global Indians 2020 in Passion Vista magazine. Before becoming a savior of the people of India fighting COVID, the world of literature, literature and design have always remained his first love. He authors a book, VD Artistic Verses. He is also a certified footwear designer and developer for his luxury fashion footwear market. Naren Shah, Chairman, Global Visionary Academy. Thank you.
Now I invite our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas and Shri Naren Shah to jointly present the citation award to Ms. Parul Singh on behalf of Mr. Varun Budhiraja. Many congratulations to Mr. Varun Budhiraja. Now I invite Shri Rajni Bhai Parekh for the citation reading of Ms. Aarti Sharma.
Our valuable chief guest, chairman, awardee, and invitee. Vision World Academy feels proud to present Global Visionary Iconic Award for Women Achievers to Aarti Sharma, internationally certified image consultant, founder 360-degree image makeovers, New Delhi, India, for her brilliance in raising and uplifting the human potential to one's full version by enabling people realize their latent executive by a process-driven methodology treating holistic amalgamation of appearance, behavior, and communication, ABC of image, by founding 360-degree image makeover. Aarti helps in preparing mid-level and senior-level management working in corporate for maximum value addition to the project the undertake. She also guides graduates as job interview and train them to essential soft skills. In addition to their B2B training, they also offer personalized individual in-person and online training. With their winning approach, they enable to learners through various interesting activities, case study. They believe in not only imparting knowledge, but also helping the knowledge convert into skill that ultimately reflect in their attitude. Their training have added a great value of PSU like Gas Authority of India Limited, global mega firms like UPS, and mid-level firms like Constructional Education Institute like Saral Birla Group of School, Vivekanand Institute of Professional Study, Postima Business School, Jagan Institute of Management Study, and Indraprasth University. Before 360, Aarti dedicated her services to the upliftment of people struggling in their careers through the particular assimilation of the technique, teaching of the Bhagavad Gita in modern and professional lifestyle. Since 2008, Aarti spears the world's first international life skill Olympiad in which students from more than 70 countries participate. Aarti graced the position of the President of Delhi State Leadership Development Council under the Women's Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, WICCI. Naren Shah, Chairman in World Economy.
Now I invite our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas and Sri Naren Shah to jointly present the citation award to Ms. Aarti Sharma. Many congratulations. Now I invite Ms. Aarti Sharma to give her response speech.
With my eyes towards the stars and my feet on the ground, I wholeheartedly thank Mr. Narendra Bhai Shah and our chief guest, Mr. Pradyuman Vyas, for nominating me for such an honor, along with all the awardees who have excelled in their own fields. I don't want to leave this opportunity without thanking all the people who had always been behind my success, always nudging me, always encouraging me to do better and never looking back. So let me start by thanking first of all, my Gurudev, all my mentors, and of course, my family. But this one is definitely for my sons. They are the ones who constantly pushed me. Their constant feedback, their unshakable support helped me pursue my passion. Being a homemaker and a mother all my life, the only aim I had was to bring up my two sons to become honorable and successful human beings in all walks of life. And the day when they told me that they both want to pursue their higher studies abroad and both plan to go together, that was the day I was shaken. That is the day when I promised myself a reinvention, a version 2. And by God's grace, and with my dedication towards empowering women, I've always been giving sessions on how to implement the divine knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in our daily lives for more than 16 years. By God's grace, I was able to convert this dedication into my profession and founded 360-degree image makeovers. With over 3,000 hours of training and consulting, 360-degree image makeovers has been instrumental in helping professionals in redefining their image by developing their inner strengths and reflecting them on the outside by a process-driven technology and helping them portray the desired image. This technology is amazing. This strategy works on developing your inner strengths, finding your exclusivity, and expressing it on the outside by working on A, appearance, B, behavior, and C, communication. Since I told you that I have been associated with practical assimilation of the knowledge of divine Bhagavad Gita, So who other than Lord Krishna is the epitome of image? आज उनका ज्ञान तो शायद बहुत लोग नहीं जानते, लेकिन उनकी छवि सबके घरों में और सबके दिलों में है. The way he walked, the way he talked, the way he carried a moorpank, the way he accessorized with the Vajanti mala. He is an epitome of image. आज भी हम सबका दिल धड़कता है उनकी छवि देख के. So why not learn from the leader? One thing which I learned from his life was, whatever challenges life throw at us, there's one thing he never forgot. That was smiling. He was smiling throughout, whether it was the war, whether it was Duryodhan not listening to him when he went as a peace ambassador, but nothing could shake his faith. Whether he had to leave Vrindavan, whether Dwarka was destroyed, but nothing could take that smile away from him. And that is what the essence of knowledge is, that you face whatever challenges life throw at you with smile. 360-degree image makeover has been instrumental in helping people who are struggling in their life to live a holistic life by finding their inner strengths. Both my sons, when they decided to move abroad, that feeling of empty nesters started sinking in. And I thought, if we all, three of us, can stay away and still encourage each other and still stay together, then why not? And then that's how the journey began. And today, I am grateful to God that I've been able to implement this knowledge and help hundreds of professionals and empower hundreds of women to take their life forward and live the life the way they want. For somebody like me, who never thought of earning myself, that thought never came to my mind. We were from the background where fathers earn, husbands earn. We never thought of earning ourselves. And within the first year of inception of 360-degree image makeovers, I was able to achieve my financial goals. And that makes me super proud. And I want to tell all women, we can do everything. We can take care of children. We can take care of houses. We can take care of everybody's hearts and still earn and live the life of dignity. Thank you so much. Once again, a big thank you to Narendra Bhai Shah and the World Vision Academy for giving me this honor. Thank you so much.
It was so wonderful to listening to your very inspiring speech, Ms. Aarti Sharma. Many congratulations to you. Now I invite Shri Bhupendra Bhai Barot for the citation reading of Mr. Subhakaran.
Once again, warm welcome and good evening to everybody. Vision World Academy feels proud to present Global Visionary Iconic Award to Mr. Subhakaran Padmanabhan, MD Subhakaran Associate, Tata AIA Life Insurance, Hyderabad, Telangana. For his proficiency as a very passionate and dynamic professional, Mr. Subhakaran is a very dedicated professional with more than 16 years of experience in life insurance, real estate, education, and telecom services. His experiences includes concept selling, recruitment, selection, training, teaching, research, sales strategy, distribution sales, setting distribution, network, and conceptual marketing. With his rich experience, he brings value to the project he undertakes. His continued passion for excellence makes him a big asset to the organization he dedicates. His services to and direct his student and professional towards pursuing higher educational attainment. Mr. Subhakaran is a BE Mechanical Engineering from Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology, Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu, and PGDM from IIM Lucknow, with specialization in marketing strategy, and human resource. He has gained various positions in various prestigious institutions and has provided his services to various leading educational institutions with the willingness to go extra mile to help and support. Currently, he is working as a MD of his own company, Subhakaran Associate, which is a partnership firm with Tata AIA Life Insurance based in Hyderabad. Naren Shah, Chairman, Vision World Academy. Thank you.
Now, now I invite our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas and Sri Naren Shah, to jointly present the citation award to Mr. Subhakaran. Congratulations, Mr. Subhakaran. Now I invite Mr. Subhakaran to give his response speech.
Good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank Naren Shah, Chairman Vision World Academy, and the committee members for honoring me with the Global Visionary Iconic Award. I will cherish this award for the rest of my life. I am extremely happy that my contribution in work and to the society has been recognized after 20 years of hard work, determination, commitment, and dedication. Thank you, one and all. I'm meeting you all for the first time. I know in the citation a brief description was given, but I would like to just reiterate. So I would like to briefly highlight my profile. My experience includes concept selling, recruitment, selection, training, teaching, research, sales strategy, distribution sales, setting distribution network, and conceptual marketing. The industry verticals that I have understanding are life insurance, real estate, education, and telecom service. My educational qualifications include a BE in mechanical engineering from Alagappa Chettiar College of Engineering and Technology, Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu, and PGDM from Indian Institute of Management, IIM Lucknow, with specialization in marketing strategy and human resource. My total experience is 16 years and 7 months. This includes 3 years of research experience in Indian telecom industry. I have published 2 research papers. Title of my first research paper is Challenges in a Commodity Offering, Indian Telecom Services GSM. My research paper was published in Indian Journal of Marketing, volume 42, number 12, December 2012 issue. My second research paper titled Applicability of Butterfly Effect in Consumers' Choice and Continuity of Telecom Service Provider in India is published in an international journal, namely Scientific Research Journal of Economics and Business Management, volume 2, issue 3, May-June 2022 issue. Currently, I'm working as managing director of my company, Subhakaran Associates, which is a partnership company with Tata AIA Life Insurance based in Hyderabad. I'm a recipient of the Indian Achievers Award 2022, which I received a few days ago from Indian Achievers Forum, New Delhi. I do not believe in God, but I believe in people. They say God comes in the swarm of people to help us. At the same time, you need to understand that nobody cares about you, nobody will help you, and nobody will lift you. This is the paradox, and you have to become comfortable with it. It all boils down to you, your knowledge, your skills, your attitude, your efforts, your energy, your determination, your persistence, and so on. You need to be fearless. I used to sing during 1986 to 1990 songs, and I'm quoting a line from one of the songs as, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, into the heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. I hope it sounds inspirational. I ask you all a question. Is there a mantra for success available in the world today? There is no single mantra that is suitable for all. Some strategies work for some, while it does not work for others. However, based on my experience, one tool that will be useful is the mantra of anticipate, organize, and adapt. Anticipation is very important. In fact, you should develop the ability to predict the future, which is possible. I use butterfly effect in everyday life to predict the likely path of the future. Based on this mind map, you need to be able to organize yourself and adapt to it. Else you can choose to be the pioneer and create the future that you desire for yourself. In this way, you will be successful. I'm a big believer in butterfly effect. In chaos theory, the butterfly effect is the sensitive dependence on initial conditions in which a small change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can result in large differences in a later state. From marketing point of view, it appears that insignificant actions taken by a company could over time or evolve into great extraordinary results that were not perceived or conceived in the original action. Keeping target customers as the central focus point, small actions carried out by companies could build up into large profitable returns. As far my journey is concerned, it was extremely difficult. In each organization or institution that I worked, I gave more than my 100% effort. I have faced extremely difficult people and tough situations. People around me wanted me to fail, and they were baying for blood. Across all the organizations, except my current company, nobody allowed me to work. I did not give up, and I continuously contributed wherever I worked, with the hope that I will see the light at the end of the tunnel one day. No one helped me or lifted me in my career. I grew all by myself. That is why today I need not have to be grateful to anyone. I truly wish no one experiences the same kind of life that I have experienced so far. I want to conclude my speech with one final thought, and that is, it is possible to achieve anything in the world today. But for each thing to be achieved, it takes tremendous amount of hard work, determination, commitment, and dedication. You need to believe in yourself. I was asked in an interview in 2020, between hard work and smart work, which is more important? I replied that both are important in today's world. The reason being, without hard work, it is almost impossible to achieve anything of significance. Also, without smart work, it will be quite difficult to perform multitasking, which is a current day requirement. Your observations and comments are welcome. I once again thank Vision World Academy for recognizing me and giving this opportunity to share my thoughts today. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sugakaran, for your inspiring speech. Now I invite Shri Rajnikant Bhai Parekh for the citation reading of Mr. Sunil Sangamnerkar.
Once again, good evening. Vision World Academy feels proud to present Global Visionary Iconic Award to Mr. Sunil Sangam Nerkar, Business Heads, PSS, the Frontline Indian Auto Parts Distribution, Indore, MP, India, for his proficiency in business development, market research, business strategy, leadership, and team management. Mr. Sunil Sange Nerkar is a seasoned hardcore professional. His expertise lies in distribution operation, retail distribution, business automation, business process improvement, operational excellence, vendor development, strategic management, and strong exposure in domestic and overseas trade. Sunil is a seasoned guest speaker in various college and educational institutions. He holds master degree in business management, also successful completed study program on business management from prestigious IIM Indore. His thirst for knowledge helped him in acquiring detailed professional study of various business courses. Sunil has a passion for music, swimming, cricket, attending business seminars, business lectures, and events. Naren Shah, Chairman, Vision World Academy.
Now I invite our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas and Sri Naren Shah, to jointly present the citation award to Mr. Sunil Sangam Nerkar. Congratulations, Mr. Sunil. Now I invite Mr. Sunil to give his response speech.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and the chief guest of this function. Yeah, am I hearable? First of all, my surname is Sangam Nerkar, bit difficult to pronounce. But in Maharashtrians, if you see, then we born with a tax, which is Kar. So I'm Sunil Sangam Nerkar. Sangam is a taluka place near Pune, and mostly we are being identified with the place we belongs to. Originally, just before 2000 years, my parents or grandparents or their parents were staying in that place. When I was preparing for this program, I thought, based on my studies in IIM and various management institutes, I'll be talking to you on some strategic managements, some exports, some domestic professionalism, some strategies, and world economics, and so on and so forth. Then after that, I thought that I'll be talking to something about my experiences in my company for India and global operations, maybe some good practices of Southeast Asia, Far East Africa, or the places where mainly I'm involved in my businesses. But honestly speaking, when I entered into hall and I seen the beautiful people over here, all of a sudden I got one idea in mind that many a times you would be listening to many of the business discussions, business forums, business platforms, and business talks. But all of you are looking like my own family members. I am seeing in you. And I really forgotten that I have come here for some professional reasons or for attending the ward. I just started feeling that I'm talking to my family member and I'm sitting with them. And then I decided that I'll not be talking to you anything on professional backgrounds and professional talks, but only on personal talks. First of all, I would like to pay my sincere condolences to the people who sacrificed their lives in last 2 years. It was very dangerous time and very, very painful time for many families. Many people lost their very near and dear ones. Without them, the life was not life. It was a miserable life. And if we go back into memories, then still people are under pain. We cannot take away their pain, but at least what we can do, whenever as a family we are meeting together, we can at least think for a second for them and pay the condolences to them who will never come in this life again. Life will go on, life will grow on. Everybody will be enjoying, everybody will have success and failures in the life. But there are few people who will never come in the life. So let's keep those all people in our memory for time to come. And let's not forget to remember them on any incidences or any program or any good things whenever we are celebrating. Those all were our beloved ones. When we talk about leaders, we talk about world leaders. If you ask any people, then they will tell that I am inspired with Steve Jobs. I am inspired with Mr. Tata. I'm inspired with Mr. Ambani. If you go into educationist field, then they will say that maybe there are 100 of the people who are a good educationist. We are inspired of them. But when we look back, then those all are our inspirational figures when we grows up, when we goes up. But to be very honest with you, the most important and the most vital character with whom we are inspired are none other than our parents. Many a times we forgot to remember them on such a platforms or on such a forums. A body who is having only breathes in it. It's a couple, mother and father, who nurture, who develop, and who put the child into the condition where he can showcase his talent and showcase his caliber in front of the world. So from my perspective, our main ideal, our main guru, our main source of inspiration, and anybody to whom we can look up to large extent is none other than our parents. And every in our every talk, like we say Jai Shri Krishna, we say Jai Shri Ram, we say Jai Bharat. On our every talk, the first name which should come into our mind is of our parents. Maybe they are with us, or maybe they are not with us. When I talk about the parents, when I speak about the older generation, I speak about not only my parents, but I speak about the parents of all of us. Today, we all are having privileged life. We all are having beautiful life. We all are having a life in which we are been blessed with lot of finance, lot of good culture, lot of advantages, lot of infrastructure. But I would like to carry all of you in the era where these things were not available. Our all parents did struggled a lot to just having a basic things for us. Today, I'm sure whosoever is listening to me has just for a second gone into his age of a childhood, and he has seen that how much of a struggle his parents have done for him. Many a times they were not having food to eat. Many a times they were not having money even for medical. They never complained anything to us. Many a times your mother or my mother slept without taking the medicines. Many times your father was not having a clothes to wear properly, but they ensured that you are having a proper clothes. I know I'm not mistaking it, but I'm just explaining a picture in front of you that how our parents have really nurtured us. And today, whatever we are there in this world, whatever we are doing, maybe I am a CEO for the company, maybe I am a business head of the company, but behind my every step of success, there is a strong background of my parents. Their sleepless nights, their big dreams in night, their every vision for my upbringing, that is only blessing I got in my mind. And I really sincerely want to remember my parents, remember our parents. Whosoever is sitting here, I know everybody is having a story. And that story is not a fancy story. That story is full of pain, full of struggle, full of challenges in life. If you go back, then you will see that whatever you are sitting here, whatever we are eating, and when we are sending our children to abroad for studies and giving them every pleasure we can have, that is not a blessing of God. That is a blessing of the parent. And the parent's blessing is the biggest blessing. Whenever we remember them, we have a smile and we have tears also. Smile for wonderful memories, and tears, unfortunately, most of us don't have them in our life. Can you imagine the people who were with you for so many years will never come in your life? You'll never be able to see them. You will never to say them sorry for what you could not do there for them. Or you will never be able to say thanks to them for the things they have done for you. This type of charitable things, this type of contributions to the society is nothing else but just to pay our condolences, just to pay our sincere regards for the people who were once upon a time our life. Let's give life to the people who need it. Let's carry a smile to the people who really needs it. Maybe in some way, our parents will smile that you have repaid everything for which we struggled. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. And Jai Sri Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunil, for your emotional speech. And now is the time to introduce our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas, and I have been privileged to introduce him to you all. Professor Pradyumna Vyas was the former director of National Institute of Design, NID, India's premier design institute. He is currently a senior advisor of design promotion and innovation at Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, India's premier industry association, and a board of director of the world's design organization. Professor Vyas acquired a master's in industrial design from the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay, and was awarded an honorary Master of Arts degree in 2010 from the University for the Creative Arts in Farnham, United Kingdom. With more than 36 years of professional and teaching experience in different spheres of design, Professor Vyas had been associated with NID for 30 years, first as a faculty member and later on as the director of the institute, 2009 to 2019. Professor Vyas has been at the helm of design affairs, and his illustrious career has been marked with several national and international milestones and accolades. His contribution in the formation of India Design Council 2009 was marked by Professor Vyas being nominated as its first member secretary by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, a post he had retained until his retirement from NID in 2019. During his tenure as director, NID received the status of Institute of National Importance by the Act of Parliament. He assisted the Government of India during the setting up 4 new NIDs across the length and breadth of the country. Through India Design Council, he launched India Design Mark in association with Japan Institute of Design Promotion, JDP, on the line of G Mark. He has been conferred with multiple awards in recognition for his contributions to design, education, and promotion. To name a few, World Education Congress 2015 awarded him for his outstanding contribution to education. He was awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award by Times Education Icons 2017, along with being a jury member for the Special Awards Screening Panel at Good Design Award GMARK by the Japan Institute of Design Promotion, Japan, consequently in 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2016. In 2019, he has been awarded the honor of Good Design Fellow by the Japan Institute of Design Promotion, Tokyo. Professor Vyas was appointed as a distinguished professor of Shanghai Academy of Fine Arts, China, at the Shanghai Global Design Summit 2019. I invite you, sir, for your speech.
Very good evening. Naren Bhai Shah, I am really humbled that you have given me opportunity to meet such beautiful minds who are sitting on the dais and the audience. It's real privilege to share the dais with a very eminent personality working in a different area, and also their thinking which they express when they were talking about. And I thought it's a good opportunity also for me to give little perspective other than the work, other than this business, other than the which Sunil ji started talking about. And I said, why not? Why not really, when Naren ji has gathered such a audience, I think we should talk a little bit where, what, how we are just moving around. Gandhiji's book, meaning I'm a great admirer on Gandhi's thing, such a visionary person. And this is also a vision platform. And world has understood his thinking. But somehow, somewhere, the opportunity which was there in front of India, we have not really utilized the brand Gandhi to show the path to the world, which could have been more sustainable and which could have been more peaceful. And there it comes that the world is not the same what it was 2.5 years ago. The world has changed. The world has changed to make us realize, and better if we realize this, that the human being species which started thinking that they are the greatest. They can control the planet, they can break the atom, they can go on the moon, they can go on the Mars, and they are supreme. Whether it's elephant or tiger or lion or anything, they are all under the species called human being. And that supremacy was totally broken and destroyed by a one microorganism called COVID-19, which you can't even see through your naked eyes, and the entire world just went inside the house in the lockdown situation. And I tell you, this is the greatest realization. Better we realize it sooner, that where you want to show the power of your mind to control the world and all species, you have been put under the lockdown situation by a microorganism which you can't see. And then you realize that this planet not only belongs to us, this planet belongs to everybody. We all have equal rights on this planet Earth. The Earth was there. The Earth is there, and Earth will be there in future. When we talk about please take care of planet Earth, you don't have to take care of planet Earth. Planet Earth is going to remain there. If you don't behave properly, you will not be there, planet Earth will be there. So I think this particular aspect, we have to really imbibe ourselves that we are just part. We are just part of this universe, planet, and what a bird or a fish or anything has right on this planet, we have the same right, not more than that. So this is something which I think this this pandemic has really taught us. Usually, you know what was happening? These pandemics were happening in somewhere Ebola in Nigeria or some African country and all. And then you will see that the economies which are what you call powerful economies, they say all these kind of disease and this kind of things are there for the world which is in a difficult thing and people don't relate. But I think the COVID has hit harder to the people who may be economically very sound, and then they realize that then there is no bar of poor or rich or anything, and they all were just got into it. So we are living in a VUCA world, which is volatile, which is uncertain, which is complex, and which is ambiguous. And sooner we understand that we are a part of system and we are not individual, better it is for us and the generations which are coming. Now, let me just give you the whole economic progress which has happened in the world. Earlier days, and Gandhiji talked about Swaraj and Grih Udyog and promoted the cottage industry to great extent. And I think this was such a wonderful concept about the cottage industry and Khadi. Khadi is basically the philosophy, nothing else. It is not, Khadi is hand woven, hand spun, and hand loom. You are, means like you're weaving it on handloom, you are taking out the cotton and you are spinning it, the yarn, and then you are doing it a zero carbon footprint. We talk about carbon footprint now, but it is the handloom entire thing. So this country has immense understanding of nature and coexistence with nature, which somehow the entire colonization has categorically destroyed. And I think this knowledge was deliberately suppressed by the people who ruled us for 200 years, is that let this indigenous knowledge don't grow because maybe there was something else which was coming in, and that is what I'm going to talk about. Naren bhai, please stop me because I may not realize the time thing. So you see this whole industrialization, how it started. Earlier in the villages, there was a potter, there was a blacksmith, there was a farmer, and all these professions were supporting each other to the community. Now the community become very important, where people are engaging with each other, supporting each other, and you live in a community. You don't have to travel, you don't have to do something, and you live in a very peaceful environment without creating any carbon footprint. And as you know, that if you see the planet Earth, which has survived for billions of years, before 500 years, there was no waste, nothing called waste, because Earth has such a beautiful design that there is a zero waste. Somebody's waste is somebody's food. And that is the way the whole cycle is working, that somebody's waste is somebody's food. And that is the way whole thing was working. And the technological innovations which have happened, जिसको कहते हैं अधूरे ज्ञान से अज्ञान अच्छा होता है, somewhere those type of things started happening for obvious reasons of economic development. But the complexities of how it is going to really impact other way in a VUCA situation was not realized the way it has gone. So this all ecosystem living with nature, I think the entire whether you call Lord Krishna or Hindu philosophy or something, coexistence was a very major part of our existence, where you must have seen that we pray everything. We for us, the tree is a god, for us, river is a god, for us, everything is God, because we live together. We were dependent on river because we were fetching water from the river. And the river became very, very important. And the day the bottled water came in, our relationship is broken with the river. The moment our relationship is broken with the river, we started throwing water bottle into the river. And this is what actually the whole degeneration started happening, that we want first pollute the water, then create the drinking water bottle, and then throw again pollution into the river. And this cycle has created major issues. So before that, the first industrial revolution, which was in 1768 or something, was when the steam engine was developed. And the steam power industrialization started happening. The second industrial revolution was in 1870, when electric power was developed and mass production started becoming the major economical development aspect. And we all getting into this GDP, the more you produce, the more you consume, the better wealth you create. And that is, you are from industry, so don't mind, because I'm going in a little different parameter, because all industry people will have to say we have to produce more. But this more production, more consumption was considered as the economic development of the world actually. And then the China started becoming a very strong, meaning it is everything is available in supermarket, and all things are use and throw. It's become order of the day. And that is the whole creation of the second industrial revolution. I am making money in my profession because of the second revolution, because I give a mobile phone to a person. After 2 years, I put some more features into it and make him or her feel that this is very old fashioned. You have to buy another one. And that is the way I use my knowledge into making you buy 10 mobiles in 10 years. And fashion will change continuously. I will see that you are not fashionable if you don't wear this new edition of particular thing. And that is the whole business strategy started working on it, not realizing that one t-shirt, how much it is taking the water or chemical or some such kind of thing. So this was the second. The third industrial revolution with the IT, that was in 1960 or something. India started becoming economic power in this time, because lots of engineers coming out in India started getting into IT industries, back-end support system is happening. And young India became economic power with the IT development, which started happening, hardwares and other things which were there. So here you see that the cities like Bangalore, because I've seen the house city of Bangalore, Hyderabad, and all have grown. That is all in the third industrial revolution. Now we are into the fourth industrial revolution. The fourth one is a digital revolution, where the physical, digital, biological boundaries are merging. They are merging. Robotics, big data, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, they all are coming in. And why I am talking about is that if intelligently we use this fourth industrial revolution, we can eliminate poverty, we can bring in good health, we can bring in better employability, not necessarily that it will eat up the jobs of people if suppose artificial intelligence comes. You see, the thing is that you sit here in Ahmedabad and you can operate somebody in a remotest part of the country. That power the fourth industrial revolution gives you. And I think here we have to really think in not to follow what West is really trying to achieve in automation, the what you call the Tesla car, autonomous car and all, but see that how healthcare, how education. You know, the Zoom was there before. The other, all these tools which were there before pandemic. But the moment we were thrown into the pandemic situation, today we are talking to our one award winner from UK. We don't have to travel at all. We are just meeting and interacting. And that is when you're thrown in a situation, you have adopted this technology very well. And this technology is something which I would say can create miracles if we consciously look into how we can navigate. Now, India is an amazing country, and I feel it is lucky to be born in India. And my students, I always tell them that you go wherever you want to go, but you will not get the playground like India, which offers you amazing diversity. There's no country on the planet where the Stone Age and Space Age coexist even today. Just go 300 kilometers away in Panchmahal, people are still using bow and arrow. And people may be having what 10,000 years ago, the lifestyle was there. It is a living culture 10,000 years. You come to Ahmedabad, go to ISRO, they are not working on Chandrayaan, but they are working on Mangalyaan. Now this 10,000 years of scale in 300 kilometers, which country is going to be? Amazing, amazing diversity which is there. You look into the food, meaning people ask, you go abroad and say, what kind of climate India has? Now, what will you tell? What kind of climate? You go up to the north, it is minus 40 degrees. You go up to the Rajasthan, it is 45 degrees. You can't say India climate is like that. What kind of food you Indians eat? Well, khakra, fafda, jalebi we eat here, chola bhatura we eat there, and something else we were eating somewhere else. Such kind of diversity is amazing. For designers, for the creative industry, these are the inspirations. And I always told my students, you will never become global leader on borrowed strength. You will never become a great designer by designing the mixer, juicer, grinder or projector or this. You will have to look into your own strengths, what you have. Unfortunately, I think this point was somewhere touched upon, that how a community can come together. If McDonald's can really set up the entire buns or thing, somehow we fail to make the Indian food chain to that level. Individual people have done Taj Mahal Hotel. You will go everywhere, you will find Taj restaurant or something all over the world. But we could not really create a global brand of the Indian chain. That South Indian thing is chain which is going on all over, like the Pizza Hut or something like that. It was opportunity, still is an opportunity. So I think if you want to become global leader, you have to look in your own strengths. And people have tried about yoga, people have tried Ayurveda and all these things. We have done it, but there are many more things out there. We have to really look into where we can really talk about much more, the deeper knowledge. I tell you that sometimes when you listen about the food and its impact on the body, it itself can be an amazing knowledge about the healthcare, because our systems are more preventive rather than curative, which the Western medicine system does. So this diversity which is there, socio-economic, cultural, climatic condition, food, I think they are all inspiration. No one can really get that kind of knowledge, holistic knowledge and thinking, what you are sitting in India and you can get it. And that is the the message I always give to the students, the time has come where you get an opportunity to do that, but you have to think out of the box. You see, unless you think out of the box, you will go into the same rut. Now, just to give you an example, Himalayas and Northeast, there are 11 states which are in a very fragile ecosystem. They are very ecologically very fragile. The 8 states of Northeast, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, all those things are the states in Northeast, and 3 states in Himalaya, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Now you see the landslides are happening, and all these things are. Why it is happening? It is happening because we are tempering in a very typical way, dealing this fragile ecosystem like the cities like Ahmedabad or other places, making multi-storied building, making cement plants in the name of development to do that. Strategic thinking is not there. The employability, meaning that infrastructure or things like that. I have told Government of India a couple of times, don't think that way. Think about that why you have to set up IT industry in Bangalore and Hyderabad and New Delhi and crowd those cities with thousands of engineers working over there. Eventually, most of these IT companies are using internets. They are working through satellite. They don't have to. Now you realize that working from home is an order of the day. Whether you are sitting in Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, or in Meghalaya or somewhere, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter really. So if you actually critical thinking, we call it, if you really think about it, the total development of hilly region should be with IT, which is non-polluting, which works on the satellite, which does not require a very what you call complex road building and all. You sit at your place, you are connected with the world. You have people in Northeast, they are very good in language, they are literate and all, and they can be employed. I think this is the way the thinking has to be. The thinking cannot be linear. It has to be in a way by which you can envisage that what is good for that context. So the definition of design is nothing but contextual use of technology is design. Now, unfortunate or humanizing technology is design. Unfortunately, what is happening is that we are going ahead with technological development. If technology offers something, we use it and we create it, whether it is useful, whether it is giving some kind of impact, benefit, which we don't, but technology is giving, do something. We are saying, no, first you see the context and then use the appropriate technology for that. Now, coming to the Industry 4.0, there is one term which has been coined by Japan, and that is called Society 5.0. Now, Society 5.0, I see that many of our senior citizens are sitting here, and the aging population is also one of the major thing this country is going to witness, because today it's a young country. Today, 60% people are less than 40 or 35 years of age. In just next 15 years, they are going to cross the border, getting into it. Are we really equipped to deal with the needs of the people? Are we really looking into that, making this whole thing, the social fabric, the gardens which you are making, the cities which you are making, are you making that them as aging population friendly or children friendly and all? I think in society, these things are totally ignored. How many gardens are there which allow us to do that? How many pedestrian things which are there which we need to? I think start thinking about people's point of view. Start thinking about the sustainability point of view, the planet point of view, and do things. That certainly will take you to the next level for sustainability. The way we are going, as if there are 4 planet Earth. Unfortunately, we have only 1 planet Earth. And if we don't change, pandemic has really given us jerk. If we don't understand, then there are going to be disasters. The floods, you see the way they are happening. 45 degrees is happening in Europe. Nobody ever thought that the 45 to 46 degrees, that which is generating the fire and all, meaning the alarm is really getting into. I'm just telling you what is happening. This is basically the policymakers and the global leaders have to really look into. Otherwise, as I said, that the planet was there, planet will be there. We will not be there. People's mind will go crazy. The Ukraine war, Russian war, and all these wars which are happening, which are also creating a havoc. So yes, I know it is not in our control, but I think we should conscious about it. We should conscious about it, that we have a responsibility for the next generation. And Gandhi ji has understood this very well, that we have to see that the cottage industry and the cottage ecosystem has to be there. We should not only talk about smart cities, but we should talk about smart villages. And what is that smart village is something which is stopping people to migrate. They don't have to go to the cities to look for the work. You create a work environment there and see that how you go forward. So I think I have taken a lot of your time, but I feel somewhere that few things which I would say, that we live in a complex world. Complex world has complex problems. Complex problems require a systems thinking, not in isolation anything. It is not like that something happens and you fix it there. No, you have to think the entire thing. And that dimension I will give one example, and then I will close my talk here. And what is system thinking? And design thinking is becoming very, very important. What is system thinking? All of us are using the ATM machine. Now, ATM machine is there for put your card, PIN number, take out the money. So you see that it is the bank is required to connect with ATM machine. Engineers are there to make the ATM machines, electronic engineer, manufacturing engineer. That is what thinking which goes. But there are many stakeholders when ATM money comes, ATM machine comes in. And that is what the system thinking I'm talking about. When ATM machine has to be fixed on the road, that city architect, the town planner is one of the stakeholder, whether how it is going to look onto that road when you are putting the ATM machine. The second stakeholder is the traffic police, that if you are putting it on the road, what is going to happen to the traffic? That ATM machine can create chaos on the machine. So the traffic police becomes the person. The primary user who is going and taking the money obviously is one of the major stakeholder, but the person on the wheelchair is also a stakeholder. Whether your ATM machine is made in such a way that the person who is sitting on the wheelchair can also see properly and do that. Visually impaired person is also a stakeholder, whether your braille and other things which you have done, which is properly or not. Security system, because your life is at stake, people are stabbing and all. So the police also become the stakeholder. So the police is also become a stakeholder. The people on wheelchair become a stakeholder. If you don't know English, you know other regional languages, you are also stakeholder, whether other regional languages have been handled by it or not. It's all possible with design. It is all possible with design. And you know who is the last stakeholder? Is the thief who breaks the machine and take out the note. You have to consider him also, that he is also a stakeholder of this machine. This is what is system. You cannot in isolation just think about technology, that technology will make this machine and electronic will give you currency notes. But I think you have to consider all these people, an appropriate place, put the machine, and anything which we do, we have to think everything like that. And we always say that everything has to be in right proportion, like making rasam or dal or whatever which we make here. Because the moment one element will go more, the entire test will just go away. You put more salt, it will be finished. If you put it flame very high, dal will be finished by test. If you put more haldi, there will be a problem. If you don't pick up the dal at the right time with all right ingredient, with right sequence of that, and the cultural angle. If I'm a Gujarati, I need little sweet. If I'm a coming from South, I need little khatta or whatever it is. So the cultural angle is also there. So all ingredients have to be in a proper sequence, proper quantity and having the cultural aspect of it, then only gives the pleasure which you can enjoy. And that is what the design is, that we have to keep and consider everything to take forward. So we have got only one life to live, and the life is very, very small. Everybody lives for themselves. But if you are little bit empowered by God, I think somewhere we need to see that. I'm not saying charity, because charity is not sustainable. I'm saying that I think somewhere down the line, end of the day, if we say that if we have made difference in 5 people's life, I think life is worth living. And somewhere the impact has to be there on the society, that your existence has helped this society to live better life. And those who are unprivileged, I think somewhere we have to, everyone has to really look into how we can contribute to make, because this world is 20% people are maybe less people are holding the 80% of wealth, and consuming the 80% of resources, and 80% of people in this planet are remain with 20% resources. So whatever we can do, we should do that to see that we make a better place to live. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring and valuable speech. I request Shri Naren Shah to present a memento to our valuable chief guest. As we all know, Vision World Academy is dedicated to the service of the disadvantaged sections of the society. In our aim of supporting the needy old age people, Mr. Manish Shah from Singapore has extended a helping hand by donating ₹20,000 through the platform of Vision World Academy. We truly appreciate his kind gesture and are thankful to him. Vision World Academy is also very thankful to IIFCL New Delhi for supporting the Global Visionary Iconic Award ceremony. Now I invite Shri Ashutosh Bhai Vyas to give introduction of the representatives of various old age home institutions.
Good afternoon. Today I have a privilege to introduce the people who are helping needy people. The old age home names and numbers that I will give. Manilal Gandhi Vanprasthashram, representatives is Suresh Bhai. The Suresh Bhai is civil engineer, a builder and developer. At the age of 79, he is still very active. He is keenly interested in offering services to needy senior citizens. He has remained president of Manilal Gandhi Vanprasthashram, Maninagar, and president of 21 Gam Dasha Khadaita Senior Citizen Mandal. He is also associated with several other old age homes. Welcome, Suresh Bhai. Art of Living of Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Bangalore. In Ahmedabad at Mayurpanch Society, Shiv Shakti Gnan Vidyalay School near Jhansi Rani Statue, Satellite Road, Ahmedabad. Sri Raju Bhai is a representative. Sri Raju Bhai is a Sri Rajubai is a senior worker in Art of Living since long. He is closely associated with Sri Ravi Shankarji. He is retired bank officer and devoted to Art of Living projects. Welcome, Rajubai. Sri Subodhbhai Trivedi. He is Bharat Vikas Parishad. He is from Bharat Vikas Parishad and Rotary Club. They have donated water cooler on Maninagar railway station. Bharat Vikas Parishad is managing generic medicines store and sell with very low profits. Welcome, Subodhbhai. Sri Bhupendra Bhai Bhagat. He is from Toran Ranchodji Mandir. He is a businessman. He is president and managing 21 Gam Dasa Khadaita Senior Citizen Mandal. Welcome, Bhupendra Bhai. Thank you very much.
Now I invite Shri Suresh Bhai to say a few words about the help they get from Vision World Academy.
Vision World Academy ના શ્રી નરેનભાઈ, ચીફ ગેસ્ટ પ્રદ્યુમનભાઈ વ્યાસ, દાયર ઉપર બિરાજેલા સબ મહેમાનો, આજે સિનિયર સિટીઝન અમારા જે ભાઈઓ આવ્યા છે એ સર્વે અને આમંત્રિતો. ગરડાઘર એ આજની એક જરૂરિયાત થઈ ગઈ છે. જેમ સાહેબે કહ્યું કે 20 વર્ષ 25 વર્ષ પછીથી ગરડાઓ વધી જશે. આજે અમારા ત્યાં 50 ગરડાઓ છે. શાંતિલાલ, મોહનલાલ અષ્ટકતાશ્રમ ડાકોર જાય છે, એમાં 105 ગરડાઓ છે. એટલે આ ગરડાઓની જરૂરિયાત પૂરી કરવા માટે ચેરિટેબલ ટ્રસ્ટ ચાલતું હોય. એમાં મહિને કેટલા લઈએ અમે? તો 1500 રૂપિયા. 2 માણસ રહે એક રૂમમાં, એટલે 3000 અમને મળે. કોઈ એમ કે અમારે એકલા રહેવું છે, તમે 3000 રૂપિયા લઈએ. પણ અમે ડાકોરમાં તો ખાલી 500 રૂપિયા જ લઈએ છીએ. 500 રૂપિયા. ચેરિટેબલ ટ્રસ્ટ એવું ચાલે છે કે એમાં 6 કરોડ રૂપિયાનું મારી પાસે ફંડ થઈ ગયું. મણીલાલ ગાંધી વાનપ્રસ્થ આશ્રમમાં જયારે મેં ચાલુ કર્યું ત્યારે મણીલાલ ગાંધીએ 1.5 લાખ રૂપિયા આપ્યા હતા. અમે બધા ટ્રસ્ટીઓ 5,000 રૂપિયા 25 જણે ભેગા કરીને એક પાયો ખોદ્યો, 5 લાખનું મકાન ઊભું કર્યું. આજે 3 કરોડનું અમારી પાસે ફંડ છે, વ્યાજમાંથી ચાલે છે. એ લોકોને 1500 રૂપિયા 2 ટાઈમ ફર્સ્ટ ક્લાસ જમવાનું મળે. વર્ષમાં 2 વખત જાત્રાએ લઈ જઈએ. ખાવા પીવાની એમને કોઈ તકલીફ નહીં, નાસ્તાની તકલીફ નહીં. એના કરતા મણિનગરમાં જે બધા જમાડવા માટે આવતા હોય ને એ લોકો મહિને 1,000 થી 1,500 રૂપિયાનું ડોનેશન ગિફ્ટ આપે એમને. કોઈ નેપકિન લઈ આવે, કોઈ ટૂથબ્રશ લઈ આવે, કોઈ આ લઈ આવે, તેમ કરીને બધી વસ્તુઓ મળે. દે આર વેરી હેપી. એમને ઇક્વલ લેવલના જે માણસો હોય ને એ લોકોને એમનો ગ્રુપ મળે. એટલે વાતોચીતો કરવાની આ એના છોકરા છોકરી તો કોઈ કદાચ ભાગ્ય આવે, કદાચ ખરેખર પૂછ્યું તો એ લોકો ખબર જ ના કાઢે. છેલ્લે ક્રિમિનેશન સુધીની જવાબદારી અમે લઈએ છીએ. ત્યાં ગરડાઓ રહે છે, ક્રિમિનેશન સુધીની જવાબદારી અમારે લઈએ. અત્યારે કેટલા આજે 30 વર્ષ થયા, ફંડની કોઈ દાડો અમને તકલીફ નથી પડી. દરેક જરા શાંતિથી રહે છે. એવી જ રીતે અમારા જે સુબોધભાઈ છે, એક જેનરિક મેડિસિનની આજે અમદાવાદમાં જયદીપ ટાવરના ભોયરામાં છે. એનો એક દાખલો કહું કે મારે કેલ્સિકેટની દવા, કેલ્શિયમના ટીકડા પેલો કહેતો લઈ આવો, તો VSની પાછળ ચંદન મેડિકલમાં લઈ આવે તો કેટલા રૂપિયાનો? તો ભાઈ 90 રૂપિયાની આવે. એટલે કે હું 20% ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ આપે કે ઓલ રાઈટ. પછી જનરિક મેડિસિનમાં એમાં ભોયરામાં લેવા ગયો તો કેટલાની મળી? તો 13 રૂપિયાની. કેટલા ટકા ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ? 80%. સેમ પ્રોડક્ટ. હા, કેલ્સિકેટની સેમ પ્રોડક્ટ. હમણાં હું એક બિલ લઈ આવ્યો તો 2700 રૂપિયાનું હતું, 270 રૂપિયા ચૂકવ્યા. વેરી, તમે વિચાર કરો ને. પછી પછી સિપ્લા છે કે સનફાર્મા છે કે કેડિલા કે એની દવાઓ સેમ દવાઓ. પ્રગતિ મેડિકલમાં હું જઈને ઉભો રહ્યો તો મને જે 221 રૂપિયાની દવા એ પેલા 25 રૂપિયાની મળી. એટલે લોકો એટલું બધું એ સરસ કામ કરે છે. બીજા અમારા ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ છે, એ અમારો સિનિયર સિટીઝન મંડળ અમારા ગામનું ચલાવે છે. 21 ગામ દશા ખડાઈ તમારું આખું મંડળ છે, મણિનગરમાં છે. એ લગભગ 16 વર્ષથી ચલાવે છે. કેટલા રૂપિયા લેવાના? ફી 500 રૂપિયા. 12 વખત અમે મિટિંગ કરીએ, 400 માણસો જમાડીએ, 500 રૂપિયા ફી, પણ બીજા બધા ડોનેશન આપ્યા કરે. તો એટલું સ્મૂથલી ચાલે છે. પણ ગરડાઓને એટલો બધો આનંદ હોય દરેક ક્યારે આવશે આવતા મહિને તો અમે બધા ભેગા થઈએ. જમવાની વાત બાજુ, પણ હવે એક ઓરેટરને બોલાવી લઈએ અને તે એન્જોય. 4 વાગે મીટિંગ ચાલુ થાય, 7 વાગ્યા સુધી. પણ એમાં એક દુઃખની વાત એ છે કે જે ભાઈએ કહે ને કોરોના, આજે અમારે 400 મેમ્બરમાં 40 મેમ્બર કોરોનામાં ગુજરી ગયા. 10% સિનિયર સિટીઝન અમારા એમાંથી ગયા. છતાં પણ અમે ગરડાઓનું સોશિયલ સેવા કરે. બીજું અમારે કળાલી સ્કૂલ છે, એમાં ગઈ વખતે મેં વાત કરી હતી કે ભાઈ અમને ડોનેશન 30 લાખ રૂપિયા આપવું છે, પણ ગાંધીનગરમાંથી અમને પાસવર્ડ મળતો નહોતો. તેમાં 3 મહિના સુધી અમે કાઢ્યું. પણ છેવટે પછી મિનિસ્ટરને દેવુસિંહ ચૌહાણને ફોન કર્યો, ત્યાં અમારા વિધાનસભાના એને ફોન કર્યો અર્જુનસિંહને, અને એમને ત્યાં કર્યું ને 3 દિવસે એનો પાસવર્ડ આવી ગયો, પૈસા જમા થઈ ગયા. પણ એ 31 માર્ચે ઇન્કમ ટેક્સમાં જે બાદ લેવાના હતા તે અમે ના કરી શક્યા, અને સીધા જૂન મહિનામાં પૈસા અમારે ભરાયા. એટલે ગવર્મેન્ટ એ છે, છતાં પણ આવી બધી સોશિયલ સર્વિસ કરીએ છીએ અને વી એન્જોય. આજે સાહેબે કહ્યું કે તમે મા બાપને બહુ યાદ કરો. આજે આ બધું જે છું, હું ગામડામાં જે રહેલો ખડાલ ગામમાં, ત્યાં મારા ફાધર અને મધર સ્કૂલ જોયેલી નહીં. ફાધર 1898માં જન્મેલા, એટલે એ વખતે સ્કૂલ જોયેલી નહીં. ફાધરે મને એક શબ્દ કહેલો કે બેટા એટલું ભણજે તું કે તું બેઠો હું તો મેળે કે નીચે કોઈ કે ભાઈ સાહેબ છે તો કે સાહેબ સુઈ ગયા તો કલાક પછી આવજે. એવું તે વખતે મને શિક્ષણ આપેલું એમનું. એ પછી આખા ગામમાં કોઈ નહીં, હું BCU થયું. એ એક વખત નાના મા બાપે જે શિક્ષણ આપ્યું હતું ને, મધર સ્કૂલે નતા ગયા. આજે એના નામની મેં 25 લાખ રૂપિયા આપી, ગામમાં એક 8 ઓરડાની સ્કૂલ બંધાઈ. એટલે આજે આપણે સેવા કરું છું ગરડાઓની, એનું ભગવાન મને ફળ આપે છે. સોશિયલ વર્ક કરવાનું, અને એવી જ આશીર્વાદ મારા નરેન્દ્રભાઈને મળે. આ બધા ગરડાઓને જે આયુર્વેદિકની દવા આપે છે એ ખરેખર એટલી બધી ભાવના છે. અમારા સુબોધભાઈને કહ્યું ને ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ કહ્યું કે એમના ભરતી ફરીથી લેવા આવ્યા દવા, કે એમને જે ઇન્સ્યુલિન લેતા તો ઇન્સ્યુલિન બંધ થઈ ગયું. એટલે કે મને ઇમિડિયેટલી હવે આ દવા ક્યાં મળે છે? તો ભાઈ મને ખબર છે, એમાં તો નરેન્દ્રભાઈ આપે છે. અને ઉપર જે કેરાલાનું જે બોર્ડ હોય એ તમે જોઈ લેજો. પણ નરેન્દ્રભાઈ પૂરતી દવા આપે છે, અને એટલી બધી હ્યુજ છે. પણ લોકો 50-60 હજાર લાખ રૂપિયાની દવાઓ થાય છે. 600 રૂપિયાની એક બોટલ છે, અને ખરેખર એટલી સુંદર છે કે જે લઈ જાય છે બધા જ. અમારા રાજુભાઈ છે, એમને મેં દવા આપી હતી. તેમના જે સંબંધી છે એ અહીંયા આયુર્વેદિક મેડિકલ આયુર્વેદિક હોસ્પિટલ વિક્ટોરિયા ગાર્ડન છે, એના ચીફ છે. એમને કહ્યું આ દવા બહુ સરસ છે, બીજી 12 બોટલ મને મોકલી આપો. એટલે એની એટલી બધી સરસ દવા છે. નરેન્દ્રભાઈ ખરેખર યુ આર ડુઈંગ વેરી જોબ. વી આર ઓલ પ્રાઉડ ઓફ યુ. અને ભગવાન તમને બહુ સારું આયુષ્ય આપે એવી ભગવાનને પ્રાર્થના કરી. આભાર.
Thank you very much, Suresh Bhai, for your kind words for Vision World Academy. Now I invite Shri Suresh Bhai, Shri Raju Bhai, Shri Subodh Bhai, and Shri Bhupendra Bhai to collect their medicine donation from our awardees. We are thankful to all the awardees for their contribution in the welfare of the society by donating medicine to the old age home inmates. I request Shri Suresh Bhai to accept the medicine donation. As we come to the end of the event, it is my proud and privilege to deliver vote of thanks. I, Rupal Shah, on behalf of Vision World Academy, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all our worthy awardees who have remained present here in person as well as virtually to accept the Global Visionary Iconic Award and to share their inspirational success stories with us. A very sincere thanks to our valuable chief guest, Professor Pradyumna Vyas, for accepting our invitation to grace the ceremony with his graceful presence as the chief guest of the ceremony. A very heartfelt thanks to all the media organizations for their support in our activities by news coverage. A very hearty thanks to all the committee members for their supportive role. I also thank old age home trustees, Shri Suresh Bhai, Shri Raju Bhai, and other management for taking interest to come to receive the medicine donation. A big thank you to Vidya Video City EduTech, the digital team, the staff and management of Hotel Love Grand, and the staff and management of Vision World Academy. And above all, I thank Shri Naren Shah, the man behind the scene, whose vision brought these success stories in the limelight to be honored. And last but not the least, I thank the audience for their sincere interest and attention. Thank you all for making the event a grand one. We will conclude the ceremony with the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request all of you to take dinner before you leave.